Are you having trouble deciding the features that you want on your new Honda Pilot? Well, you might as well get them all with the 2020 Honda Pilot Black Edition, all-wheel drive. Hi, I'm Justin Thompson here at Smail Honda in Greensburg, PA, here to take you on a ride along on, again, the new 2020 Honda Pilot Black Edition all-wheel drive. Let's check it out. So on the 2020 Honda Pilot, the Black Edition, you're gonna have the LED daytime runnings. You have the LED headlamps as well. You also have the fog lamps down here. You do have the front sensors for parking. So whenever you're pulling into a spot, you'll be able to see that. It will actually show up on the dash and beep and indicate how close you're getting to an object. The Black Edition badging up front, of course. Now the exterior of the vehicle, of course, is going to be black. You do have the 20-inch black painted rims. And everything else that you have on the 2019 Honda Pilots are going to be the same on the 2020s. The Smart Pass keyless entry system. You're going to be able to put your hand through the handle, just unlock the door. You're also going to have the remote start standard from the factory. All that stuff will be the exact same on the 2020 Black Edition. And with the Black Edition, you do get the hands-free access power tailgate. And this is standard on the higher trim levels of the 2019, so you'll be familiar with this. So as long as you have the key fob on you, in your purse, if you're fumbling around the kids and maybe some groceries, you don't have a hand-free. You just step right underneath here. A kicking motion underneath the middle of the vehicle. Kind of like you're punting a football, is the best way to describe it. And that opens it up. From inside, you're able to put these seats down flat. I actually have the floor mats here. They're not folding exactly flat, but they do fold all the way down. But back here, you do have a bin for storage. What's kind of neat about this, you have the carpet here. You can actually flip this around if you just wanted the plastic portion. Well, let me get that in there. There we go. That way you're not getting the carpet version, the fabric dirty there. You know, you can do that. Also, if you want, you can drop this down inside as well. Just like that. So, a lot of storage, a lot of utility back here. Well, let's check out the back seat. So in the back of the Black Edition of the Pilot, you have the captain's chairs in the back here. You also have a lot of settings here that you can control. Of course, the occupants in the back have their heated seats. So you have high, medium, and low setting for the back two. You also have the fan settings as well. Now, you have automatic climate control up front. You also have automatic climate control back here. So I can set whatever temperature I want, hit auto, and it will maintain that temperature back here. And it will kick on this fan, and then I can change my modes here as well. I can certainly turn it off and on if I want. The front occupants have the ability to lock this out. So you have the rear lock setting up front. You also have an HDMI hookup, and that's going to be able to be hooked up for any gaming devices or any devices that require the HDMI hookup. You have the wireless headsets, and you also have the ability to plug in two other headsets here with the volume controls below. Two fast charging ports, USB ports for any cell phones. You have the 150-watt plug-in device, that AC outlet. You also have the sunshade in the back. You can hook that up, that way you don't get the sun glaring through while you're trying to read in the back. You also have one on the other side. You also have the remote for the rear entertainment center. That stuff you control up front here, and I'm going to go over that in a minute. All right, so the inside of the 2020 Honda Pilot Black Edition, you have all the standard safety features that you would have in the Elite 2019 and the same in the Elite 2020s, but you're adding that Black Edition, the black exterior, the black interior leather with the red perforation and the stitching as well. You're going to see that red kind of periodically throughout the car, you know, in different spots. For instance, like the center console here has some red lines in it with the black, looks really neat. You also have the ambient light that will actually glow in the cup holders up front here and for the back. Now you have all the features like the power windows, power locks, power outside mirrors. But the outside mirrors are power, but they also fold in automatic. So there's a button over here on the left-hand side, and if I hit that, that will fold in the mirrors. So if you park on the street and you're afraid of having your mirrors getting hit, this is great to have. By the way, you have the ability to set driver 1 and 2 position for your driver's seat and your outside mirrors. So when you go ahead and set those up, they'll automatically adjust every time you use the Smart Pass keyless entry system and get into the vehicle. At any time you can hit either 1 or 2 and adjust the seat yourself. Over on the left side, let's say I'm in reverse and I put it over to the left mirror, and again I switch it over. it adjusts that mirror down so I can see the ground. It'll bring that one back up, and then I can switch over to the right mirror, and then again, it will angle it down, just helping me see the lines in the, on the side of the vehicle whenever I'm backing up. And again, the backup camera is going to bring up the touchscreen. You have 3 camera angle views. You have your wide angle view, so you can see traffic coming from either side. You have more of a straight on view when you go to make your park. By the way, the dynamic guidelines do change color to give you a projected angle into a parking spot. And then my favorite, and especially if you're going to be towing anything, is the straight down view that you get with the camera angle. That last view brings you straight down. If you have a trailer hitch and you're hooking it up, and then you have the last camera angle view, that's straight down. So when you back up and you're hooking up a trailer hitch, you can hook it up perfectly. So you don't have to keep getting out of the vehicle and lining it up. You also have a bird's eye view. And then these settings on the outside, these little gray areas, are the sensors. And it's going to indicate, and they're color coded to let you know how close you're getting to an object or a vehicle. Now you have the automatic lights here. You can set it to auto and keep it on there. You don't have to worry about draining the battery, forgetting to turn off the lights. You have the fog lamp setting as well. You also have the automatic wipers. So anytime it rains, you have it in the auto setting, it'll automatically turn the wipers on. It's sensitive to how much rain, so it'll turn them on quicker if it starts to rain harder. You do have paddle shifters up here. So in the 9-speed automatic transmission, you can shift up and down in gear if you wish to do that. And I'll actually show you that when we're out on the road. That is a D and an S setting for drive and sport mode. And in sport mode, you would be more conscious of shifting and using the paddle shifters. Up here on the steering wheel, you do have your directional pad for all the audio settings. You have your volume control. The home button allows you to display whatever you want up here. And you have the speedometer, obviously is digital, so is the tach. But then you can start to view whatever you want. Trip computer if you want, how many miles till empty, your average fuel efficiency. All-wheel drive torque, I kind of like this one. Put this on and it kind of shows you how the all-wheel drive system's working real time as you're driving the vehicle. By the way, the all-wheel drive system, how it operates, and how the all-wheel drive system works, you're mainly front-wheel drive all the time. And when your wheels start to slip, it'll automatically engage in all-wheel drive for you. And that's great for an all-wheel drive because you don't want to have all 4 wheels being the drive wheels on a day like today when it's so nice and sunny out. So you'll basically have 90% of the power to the front wheels and 10% to the rear wheels. However, when you step on the gas, it's going to divert the power to get you up to speed. But then once you get up to speed, it will back off on the power. You do have the ability to change the all-wheel drive system right down here in this button here. You have the button with the SUV icon on it. You just click it and it's going to bring up the display and then you can choose what options you want. If you don't hit the button again, it will just go away. So you hit the button to access the menu. Normal is regular normal conditions that you're driving on. However, you do have the ability to change it to snow. So if you start to drive in some inclement weather, you can just switch it on the fly while you're driving. Now I will show you, you do have a mud and sand setting. So any of those that are pulling their boat out of the water, you want to lower gearing, you can use one of these settings. It does disengage stability control to allow the wheels to spin freely. Otherwise, it'll break the system thinking that you're going out of control at a higher speed. So those will automatically disengage in mud and sand. All you have to do is just go back to normal and it'll put you right back into the normal all-wheel drive system. You do have the ability to disengage your vehicle stability control down here on the left-hand side of the dash. And again, the only time you want to do that is if you are trying to gain some extra traction when you're in inclement situations, trying to get the vehicle out of the snow or the mud, let's say. Over here on the bottom left-hand side of the steering wheel, you do have your setup for your Bluetooth connection for your cell phone. Whenever you're set up wirelessly, you can answer a phone call, hang up, or use a voice command to bring up the prompts to call somebody. Now, you do have the ability for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Honda has their own phone capability and text messaging capability. However, for those of you that enjoy Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, know that it's really easy. You just plug it in and pretty much use that to use your contacts. You can use the voice command button and a long hold will bring up Siri, or you can use OK Google to contact anybody in your contacts list, text message anybody hands-free, or even use your maps as your navigation system. Now, in the Black Edition, you do have navigation standard. However, if you keep the vehicle for a long time and you don't want to pay for those upgrades later on down the road, this is a great option to save money. Over on the right-hand side, you're going to see the setup for your cruise control and also the steering wheel with the little dotted lines. So for those of you familiar with the older pilots, this is part of Honda sensing that I'm going to demonstrate out on the road. This is adaptive cruise control and your lane keep assist system. But again, we're going to go over that in a minute. You do have the heated steering wheel with the Elite and Black Edition. And you just hit that button and that will heat up the steering wheel in the wintertime for you. There's a little orange light to indicate that it's on. Now, as far as the climate, you do have dual zone climate control. Remember, you have the rear setting for the climate for the occupants in the back. The sync function, so you can actually have the passenger's temperature whatever they want and the driver whatever they want on their side. However, if I'm by myself and I hop in, I can just easily hit sync and whatever I have on my side will override the passenger side. You also have all your modes, your fan speed, and of course the ability to front defroster and your rear defroster. That does heat the outside mirrors for you automatically, by the way, when you do the rear defroster. And then the Blu-ray display system here for the DVD. That's the rear entertainment center. So if you have any kids in the back and you want to throw a movie on, you can do that right here. So what's nice about the rear entertainment center, you have what's called cabin talk. And for mom and dad that want to interrupt what the kids are listening to and just let them know what's going on in their travel, you can hit headphones and cut out the audio and just let them know, hey, we're going to be there in 15 minutes. All the other apps are going to be there. Your Sirius XM satellite radio, you're going to have that free for 3 months. You're also going to have AM, FM stereo, of course. But My Honda Music, you're also going to have the social playlist, which you can actually have the occupants inside of the vehicle sharing music. And of course, whenever you're hooked up with your phone, you have your Bluetooth audio connection as well. Heated seats, and you have cooled seats as well. So the heated seats, high, medium, and low, and then also the cooled seats, the ventilated seats, air-conditioned seats, high, medium, and low as well. And that's for the driver and the passenger. You also have the automatic dimming mirror. Now you also have the home link system there, so you can link up the garage door openers so you can get rid of those. You also have the one touch on the sunroof. One touch all the way back. The sunshade will go back automatically for you. Now you also have the panoramic moonroof. And that brings that shade back and opens up the back for the occupants. So when you're taking those long strolls, you want to check out the stars, you can. You do have the sunglass holder, doubles as the eye in the sky. You also have Honda Link and the Honda Assist. This is in the event of an accident. God forbid you were in an accident, the airbags deploy. It will actually call emergency services automatically for you with the connection. However, you do have the ability to call emergency services by this assist button here. And the Honda Link allows you to voice in a concierge. So you get a free subscription with this. That'll allow you to schedule last minute flights or last minute hotel booking. You can do all that through Honda Link. As well as contact service, contact roadside assistance, customer service. You can schedule your service appointments even through the Honda Link app that you get here. And that can be synced up with your smartphone as well. Now you have the center console here. You can pull this back with the change compartment. And then underneath, I don't know if you can see, you have your power outlets down here. You have a 12 volt. You also have the auxiliary, the USB hookup, also an auxiliary hookup, that single prong hookup too. I know some people like to have those. So you do get it with the Pilot. Also up front, you do have another power outlet, and you have the USB hookup for Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So you see the phone icon, that's the one that you're going to want to hook into. Now the transmission, park, reverse, and that reverse button is back towards you. Neutral and drive, and S is sport mode. Now this little A with the arrow around it with off, that is the engine shut off. I have people that like this and don't like this. I can understand both reasons. Now if you don't like this, when the engine shuts off, if you're idling at a traffic light, let's say, it'll cut the engine off to save on gas. Now if this is a feature you don't like, you do just have to hit that button and auto engine idle stop enabled. So that is off. And there's an indicator on the dash here with the A, the same symbol here, and that's an indication that the system is not operating. So it will not shut off the engine. So you have the 3.5 liter V6 engine that's 280 horsepower, and this is a 9-speed automatic. So you're gonna have a lot of torque and pickup. And we're gonna do this U-turn, we're gonna be able to see the turning radius as well. All right, here we go. Here's that turning radius for you. That is a very tight turning radius for a third row vehicle. There's a lot of torque and pickup in this vehicle. You can really feel the power with that V6 engine. So with Honda Sensing, you have adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist system. This main button will bring up two acronyms on the dash. Although you may or may not be able to see this, it says ACC and LKAS. ACC is Adaptive Cruise Control. And how that works, you simply set your cruise, whatever desired speed above 25 miles an hour, and it will maintain that speed. If you come upon a vehicle going slower than you, it'll automatically slow up. When you get in the fast lane, the car icon goes away and it pops you back up to the speed that you had previously set. Now, Lane Keep Assist is this button right here, and it activates the camera pointing out in front of the pilot, ready to map out the lines in the road. Now, you also have what's called road departure mitigation, and that button's on the right-hand side down here on the dash. It's tough to see, but there's a green light on there. It's a car icon going outside of the dotted lines. That's road departure, and that keeps you centered in the lane when you're driving down the road. It actually uses the same camera to map out the lines. So, I don't suggest doing this, but if I let go of the steering wheel, it'll kind of pinball down the highway and keep me centered in the lane. Again, this is assisting your steering, not substituting it, so don't take your hands off the wheel. You also have what's called forward brake mitigation, your forward collision mitigation. You have the ability to turn that off here on the left-hand side of the dash. And it has a little car icon, a little starburst. It looks like a vehicle hitting another vehicle, and that's exactly what that is supposed to illustrate. If you do not brake in time, the vehicle will brake automatically for you. Now, there's a radar in front of the pilot sensing speed and distance. And if it calculates an impact and you don't put the brakes on, it'll do it for you. Now, why you would want that system turned off, I can't think of many, so that is the way that you turn it off. However, through settings, when you're not driving, you're able to change the sensitivity level to all of Honda sensing. So if you want the vehicle to operate a certain way, you can have it operate a certain way. I'm going to demonstrate the blind spot monitoring here. All right, so I'm going to have a car up here on the left-hand side. So watch this icon right here. There it is, and if I have, you can hear that beep. That beeping indicates that there's somebody there. It's the pilot saying, whoa, hang on, there's somebody in your blind spot. Don't move over into that lane. And I'll demonstrate it one more time. We have this car here on the left-hand side. There's the icon, there's that beep. And again, I just put my turn signal on to demonstrate that. And right now I don't see that icon, so I can move into the left lane. It makes driving easy. So as far as the safety on the Honda Pilot, you have 5-star frontal crash test, 5-star side impact. The safety ratings are very, very high with Honda. The warranty on the Honda, you have a 3-year, 36,000-mile comprehensive warranty, and that takes care of all the bells and whistles, all the electronics with the vehicle. And then you have a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty, which covers the engine, drivetrain, transmission, and your all-wheel drive system, all the major driving components. And then notice how it backs off on the rear wheels, and again, and there it is, just powered to the front wheels right now. So when you get up to speed, this is really, really important to those buying your all-wheel drive systems. This is. So there are some manufacturers out there that have all of the wheels, the drive wheels, and it does not split up the distribution of power like Honda's does. So this is a vehicle that you're able to rotate your tires. You don't have to get 4 brand new tires every time you change your tires. Or if one wears unevenly out of alignment, we know those vehicles out there that you have to get the 4 brand new tires. Honda, you don't. You can rotate your tires. So why buy from Smail Honda? There's a few different reasons. Number one, being able to go online and view these how-to videos. Our customers really appreciate being able to go online, learning about a car before they even come into the dealership. So again, thank you for watching. Number two would be the sales department. Being able to come in and confidently sit down and take your time and figure out what vehicle is going to work best for you. And if you decide to get some payment options, we can do that as well for you. Also, our service department, award-winning, being able to come in, drop your keys off, being treated well in service. We also have a customer waiting lounge where you can relax, get a cup of coffee, something cold to drink while you wait. And we also have a shuttle service, a free shuttle service to Westmoreland Mall in the area. And that's the ride along on the new 2020 Honda Pilot Black Edition all-wheel drive. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please visit us here right on Route 30 in Greensburg, PA, and ask for me, Justin Thompson, or visit us online at smailhonda.com. Thanks so much for watching.